We're back on the show. Showtime, DJ. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Wins and Lessons Friday. Today's going to be a fun day. We all going Hawaiian style on y'all. And today we're going to talk about what worked, what flopped, and what we found in the gold nuggets.
To the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversations, and education weekly.
It's official. We're live on the YouTubes, on the Twitters, on the LinkedIns, and on the Facebooks of the world, because I just got all the emails that came in all at once. And Lisa says, I know, it's a ding, 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 ding. And Lisa says, happy Friday. Tyler, good morning, brother. And Tyler, congratulations again. Tyler. Every day gets closer to a nice little bambino coming out. And child, good for you, brother. So congratulations.
Yes. You're going to enjoy it.
Oh, you will. I mean, yeah, there'll be times where you'll be like, God damn, man. But you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. And it's going to move real fast, brother. So, gents, what a week. Holy doodly do. Do you guys mind if I start? I don't want to.
Yes.
But I just, okay, go then. Then you go, Riz.
No.
You go.
No, I'm not
okay. So, win for the week. The radiation has officially knocked all the hair off this side of my face. So I get half of a mustache here that grows and one patch here. So my shaving has gone from 5 minutes to literally 22 seconds. I've saved myself 4 minutes and like 37, 38 seconds of my day already just from that. So
perspective.
Thank you, radiation. That's perfect.
That's a win right there, y'all. That's a win.
Dude, shaving for me is like the Antichrist. I'm like, oh, come on. I got to do it again.
I hate shaving too, clearly.
But brother, I have to do it like once a week, right? Like I literally, if I were to, so you know, like how people grow beards for the Stanley Cup, I literally have to start at the end of the hockey season to get any kind of head start for when the hockey season starts, right? And not only that, it's like a patch here, a patch here. I look like, you know, the young baby teen wolf, like nothing grows and it's all just patches. So that, for one, that's a starter. Now, the big lesson, the deepness, the from my heart, there's no bigger power than love. No bigger power. And
yes,
I can tell you the love, the outpouring of friends, family for what I'm going through, the love and outpouring and support. My wife, the love, I never, and I've battled with this for probably about a week and a half to share this because I don't want to sound like I'm like, you know, but I never knew how much love was available. Like I never knew love to this extent that I feel now with my wife. And we're 17 years in, and I'm actually embarrassed, and I'm shaken from the core because, but I'm also so grateful that I've actually had the opportunity to realize it. And listen, it took cancer to do it. Who fucking cares? Whatever it takes to do it, I realized it. And I'm telling you, the power of love. I've started researching this. Okay, so Henry Ford, he would never have created Ford as it is today if it wasn't for his wife. The power of love. Sir James Dyson, 5,127 times he tried to create the Dyson vacuum. His wife was the only one. His friends actually had called insane asylum saying, you got to commit this guy because he's fucking crazy. His wife is the only one that stood by him. Now, I'm not just saying wives or husbands or whatever, I don't even know the word for, but like whatever sexuality you're just the power of the people that love you. You will never find a more powerful force on earth to make you move mountains. I have a team of business partners. The love just comes pouring through. And I shared this with my inner circle, and I shared this with them in my hospital bed the other day with my wife there. Just love. Love conquers all. And, you know, you hear it everywhere, right? And it's like, oh, that sounds good. That's a good. But when you feel it deep in your heart, it changes you, gentlemen. And I truly hope and wish and dream that all of you, Mark, Jeff, DJ, and everyone watching, listening, have had this happen to you, because so many things become so clear. And for me, the big lesson is, you know, there's been times I've sat there and just cried over what's happened to me, right? And hold on, Jeff's gone. He's back now. And when you bring it back to love, it's like everything just calms. Have you guys ever had um, the feeling when like you wake up kind of in the middle of the night and you got like anxiety and something happening, and have you ever just put your hand on your loved one and it just goes out the window? Have you guys ever had that happen? DJ, you've had that happen? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Like it's like you almost, your body lifts out of your body and you turn around and you watch it firsthand, and it's like you can't explain the experience. It's just love, and it is so beautiful. So that's my winning lesson. That's my gold nugget. Whatever's happening in your life, love. Focus on love, and focus on love with your customers, your teammates, your company, your prospects, your carriers, your suppliers. It's love. It's not, love is not just, for family, and there's levels of love that bring you through every part or every obstacle, every challenge. And it turns it into that opportunity, turns it into that woo that Brian Byro talks about, that window of opportunity. And I'm really, really pushing all of you, seize that woo. Because I'll tell you, my woo came swooping in hard and hit me dead square in the face. And I woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'm not one of those people, but if I wish I would have learned this years ago, because where I am today, leaps and bounds ahead. But I did. I start now. So who cares about that? Now it's starting, and you watch. That's my wins and lessons for today's gents.
Pretty powerful, man.
Gave me goosebumps, man. Gave me goosebumps.
Yes, and it's Dan. It never seems to amaze me, but we're in line. So I'm gonna go next if you guys don't mind, because I'm gonna keep it there serious, but then hopefully you guys could bring in some humor, because I was waiting to share this. But Mark, I'm counting on you. But so I'm waiting to share this. Again, waiting for the right opportunity. I wanted to be respectful to the company here. But so I was sorry I missed everybody. I was at a funeral. It actually was the owner of this company that I'm here right now. It passed away suddenly last week.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, DJ. 39
years old.
Wow.
Cancer. He had cancer. He didn't know because he wouldn't go to the doctors. Lung cancer went right to his spinal cord, right to his brain in 6 months. And that was, and so
I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's crazy. The lessons I got from that, the power, and you talked about it the last time you were on the show, Dan, but the power of the people around you, the team that he has here, the team that he built, his wife, it's not even his wife, it's his fiance. His fiance. She didn't start the business with him. He had started this business just 3-4 years ago. She was not even with him. Now she is taking this on. She actually on Wednesday came in here and had this meeting, or Tuesday or Wednesday, with everybody. And I thought, oh my goodness, like, first off, you are amazing. I can't believe that you are taking this on, and all of these employees and all of these things when you didn't even start this. She has 2 kids of her own, 8 and 5.
She's a single mother, 8 and 5, 2 kids to run this business. Oh, powerhouse.
Oh my goodness. And so when she came in, and the team that they have here, again, without the team they built, without the support they have, without the support she has, most of her family's from Colombia. So she's not even actually, most of her family isn't even here. So a lot of the team here is her family. And it's insane. The power of what I was able to see, the line of people that came to see him and was there. It was the longest ride of cars to the cemetery I've ever seen. It was insane.
Wow.
And
that
and
shows
literally,
you something, DJ. That shows
dude,
you something.
And so
it shows you the amount of love this man had for people, and the amount of love people had for this man.
My lesson this week is just really going back to what you said, Dan. I don't know if we talked about it last week or when we talked about the network and the people around you, but I got to see just the power of that, and holy cow. You really need to focus on your network, not just professionally, but around you. always, because the power that you really need, and this lady's going to need, this girl's going to need is insane. But she's ready to take on the world, and yeah, I'm here to help. But yeah, so I'm honored to be in this office doing this with him. I actually never even got a chance to talk to him. Never even got a chance to meet him, and was supposed to. But yeah, this.
But he left such an impact on you, and you didn't even have a chance to meet him.
Crazy.
Like, just from what he's done, the legacy points he's created in his business over the last 3 years, you have not had a chance to meet him. And those legacy points have just changed your life. Do you see that 3 pixels of separation that just happened there, DJ? Do you see how that just worked? That is insane. That is like, oh my gosh. And that should be a lesson for everyone. You impact people around you, even that you never touch. You're working for this man. You've never met him. And your life, you just got a lesson that's going to change your life for the better and change everyone's lives that you touch for the better. And you never met the man. Is that not ultimate, like, sky opening, Lord, pour the light down on me, power? Like, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you for sharing what you did. But yeah, it's been so hard going through these past week and a half, like keeping it on the, because again, they just really shared it to the network because he was the face of this business. And so, yeah, it's there's
powerful DJ, powerful man.
But
Thank you so much for sharing,
guys. The people you have around you. Dan preached it. We're going to keep preaching it. Your network is your net worth for everything, everything, and it's even more power than you have any idea. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
Thank
my
you for
lesson.
sharing that, brother. That is,
and it's been crazy. It has been crazy.
Wow.
Unreal. Okay, well,
I did not mean to hit you.
Okay, so I'm telling y'all right now, that's like trying to go on stage after Garth Brooks or some shit. Like, yeah, so one of you two better step that shit up because that's a big one.
I did. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know how to follow that,
Yeah,
but Mark, go ahead. You do this. Wow.
Chris Horton says, "Morning, fellas. Morning, Chris. Welcome, my
Morning,
friend."
Chris.
We're going deep this morning, brother. We're like, we got an excavator. We're not digging a foundation for a house here. We're digging a foundation for the next Freedom Tower. We're going that deep, boy. Who wants to go, Mark or Bodacious Cowboy?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
I love the new nickname.
I can't even.
I know.
Yeah, I've got nothing as deep as what you guys have just
I
experienced.
I didn't want us to keep going deep. So bring the humor, Mark. Tell us something.
Well, no, whatever you got, it's going to help someone. So lay it out.
Yeah.
Nothing as bad as that has happened to me this week, other than potentially my shirt clashing with the painting, which is just over my left shoulder. So apologies for anybody who's feeling a little bit sick.
Oh, I thought you just had like a lump on your shoulder or something, and your shirt just
it's like I could just
you can actually take blends in a little bit into a square, and it becomes that painting. That's
like my little sharks.
Well, here Chris says, "I love it. Deep is what lasts." You know what?
Yeah,
Chris deep is what lasts, right?
Let's
the
face
stories
Mark
that go
is
deep.
A fashion guru.
Mark is a super. I love Mark. Mark is.
I'm
talking about Mark like he's not even on the show here.
One of those shirts. I don't have as cool Hawaiian shirts as you guys do.
Oh,
they don't have any cool Hawaiian shirts that say Cleveland on it. Come on. You can't find one that says Cleveland on it. Hawaiian shirt.
Now I have to find one of those, Dan. Thank you for
dude. The second we hang up, I'm looking on Amazon for a Cleveland Hawaiian shirt. I'm going to add your address and I'm going to ship it to you because I'm guaranteed they've got a Cleveland. Because we all know DJ. We all know DJ. I bet you even DJ's written Cleveland in black pen somewhere on that shirt somewhere because he's got to represent all the time. DJ's represented Cleveland 9 times out of 10, brothers, for sure.
Yes,
so,
sir.
All right,
it's just inside his collar instead of his name.
Now we're about to
There we biggest fan of Cleveland. Oh, that's DJ Flores' house. Just give that back to DJ. That was what it was all through high school. The biggest fan of Cleveland. Oh, DJ. That's it. It's him. All right, Mark. What do you got, brother? What do you got? You want to do this? Do you want to jump into lane of the day to kind of break it up a minute here and then jump back in? You want to do that?
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right, let's do it. All right, everybody. So that was a different lead-in, but here we go. Huh? All right, y'all. The lane of the day today is reefer, Newark, New Jersey to Columbus, Ohio. Line haul rate per mile at $2.80 a mile with fuel, $3.47 all in. Now, here's where we got contracted rate, and I had to actually read this twice this morning, so I was like, well, that's interesting. It's flatline, but contracted rate, including fuel, is $3.74. So my dyslexia kicked in a little bit. Spot line haul rate per mile changed minus 26 cents. So line haul has actually come down 26 cents. Rates on an increase over this lane after remaining flat since May, 41 cents higher than July average. Now, do a quick week review. Dry van, when we were talking about the, well, actually, they all have the 19th. So we'll go through the three big dry reefer flatbed for the week. $1.92 rate per mile is actually down 1 cent a mile week over week. Line haul change year over year is minus 47 cents. So rates on dry vans year over year are a negative 47 cents. All in rate per mile is $2.53 nationwide. We're talking 12 cents a mile higher than 2018 and down 19% since 2021. So this, you see how this is playing out, guys? 2018, that anomaly year where it was like, holy shit, what's going on with numbers? We're 12 cents a mile higher than then. And nobody complained about making profits when it was higher in 18. No carrier made, there was no issues with profits. We're still 12 cents a mile, but we get that big kind of bump to that 19% higher. And then we lose the 19%. Now it becomes an issue. So that's the dry van. We're talking reefer now. $2.22 a mile average, a national average, down 1 cent a mile again. So trending right in line with dry van. We're talking minus 53 cents a mile year over year. So we hit a little bit more of a dip there, 6 cents more dip. All in rate is $2.89 a mile. This one is 9 cents a mile higher than 2018. And crazy enough, it's actually down 19% as well since 2021. So that's very interesting numbers there. Flat, yeah, isn't that wild, Isn't that? And we're talking like national average year over year. Like that's to hit those kind of variants. It's like that's crazy. So flatbed $2.33 a mile, and I would have thought flatbed would have been higher than that, but it's down 5 cents a mile, which is probably where that brain's kicking in. It's actually down 36 cents a mile year over year, which is saying something to the industrial economy for flatbed rates to be down year over year. All in rate is $3.06 a mile. We're actually running an average of 10 cents a mile higher on average in 2018. And it's actually down 13% from 2021, which is very shocking because we know that flatbed market, right? Like that's kind of that's the start of the big push, right? For the industrial, and then all the other products, the cement, the motor, and everything comes after. So really interesting how these rates are playing out coming into, what will be September, end of, Q3, and then be interesting to shape out into Q4. And I do have an announcement to make. So we actually have got Samantha and Matthew on next week's Data Day Wednesday show. So we are going to be diving deep into the California rules and everything and everything that everybody's been asking about. We've got some two of probably the most knowledgeable people coming on about the AB5 and what you can expect and kind of what the fallout's going to be in that. So make sure y'all are around for Wednesday, for Data Day Wednesday with our mad data scientist, Dean Crook. Yes. And we're going to come to you and bring you all that cool data. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully it serves you at a higher level to help your customers out in California. Mr. Ridley, do you have a market update for us? I know you've been kind of back and forth a bit. So sorry if I put you on the spot. I probably should have asked you offline. I apologize. I don't need to do that.
Nothing specific. Given that I usually monopolize the call with nonsense and humor. But listen, what I will do is just highlight a quick win for me this week. Actually.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like I think it's really along the same themes of like tenacity. So we had we get a very steady stream. Usually, sometimes small clients that send back account opening docs, but one in particular account opening set of account opening docs that came back this week was off the back of a referral partner that we've stayed close with. That introduced us to a prospect a couple of months back, and that prospect was coming into us every week asking for a price and checking us against their bank for their for their weekly payrolls into Mexico in peso. And So yeah, each and every week we'd quote them a price, and each and every week we were much better, and it was demonstrating more and more that we were about $1,000 a month cheap for roughly about sort of 400,000, 350,000 bucks of payroll. So it when we got the account opening docs back, it was just testament to us really for continuing to provide advice and guidance around flow to Mexico. Because we could have said, look, you know what, you've come into us now 20 times, you haven't bought anything, like we've got no interest, we're too busy. But like we would have carried on doing this for the next 5 years, like no bother. Like, because again, it's no skin off of our nose to do it, and if it at least provides some value to them, then happy days. So it was just nice to get those account opening docs back. And not only is it going to save the client money, but whenever we work with a referral partner, they're always really in the forefront of our mind as well, because it's their reputation that's on the line if we don't do something that if we fuck up, quite frankly, or if we do something, say that we're not going to, we don't do something that we say we're going to do. So so that particular referral partner has just got another feather in their cap, because their client, who they advise, is going to want to stick with them and give them more business. So it's kind of like a nice double win. But I think really the lesson there is just never give up. But to be fair, when we started our business, my partner and I, we said, look, we're not in this to be millionaires per se. We're not in this to like hose and gouge. We're here to provide a level of service that people often can't get. So it would have been anti our motto and anti what we really started out to do if we'd have said to the client, look, go away. We're not going to quote your price anymore. So yeah, we were super happy with that. I think that was a nice win, but it wasn't just a win for us. Hopefully it was a win for the referral partner as well. So so that's the key.
I'm sure it was.
But the last kind of the last couple of weeks, like this has been a continued for me. Like we've tried to spend I've tried to spend as much time with the family literally over the month of August, and I'm going to try and do this every August because it sort of slows down a little bit anyway. And clients and prospects haven't felt as though we've not been there because I've been stepping away from the table and spending more time with the family. 98% of what we're doing is all online anyway. We don't really get any queries from clients about money going into the wrong direction. So the only impact to us as a business is really that I'm not marketing, or we're not marketing, or I'm not marketing specifically. So so it's been nice.
Can I stop you there for a second, Mark?
Do that.
You are marketing.
Most August.
Every
Yes.
Friday when you're on this show, you're marketing to over 4,000 people a month who download the podcast. On this show every Friday, you're marketing to everybody that watches it live, to everybody that watches the replay. When your Green Shoots reshares this show, you're marketing.
Right.
You're marketing, brother. And you're marketing as a real human being, not a corporation. So your marketing is here compared to most marketing. And I can guarantee you one thing. In 12 months from now, that conversation will be a completely different conversation because you'll have more business than you can ever imagine just by doing this show. And it's no ego towards it's a sales chatter show. No, it's just you're being you. We're talking about things that everybody wants to know and learn, and everybody is having problems with or challenges with. And you say things, Mark, that has nothing to do with green shoots, but it matters in somebody's life. And that's going to come back on you a million folds, my friend. And I promise you that.
Yes, thank you for saying that, Dan. I agree completely.
I agree.
I just thought that our only audience member was Lisa Pesci. I thought that's the only person that we were talking to. I didn't realize
we have Tyler and Chris too. We have Tyler and Chris.
Hey, come on!
There's three.
Hey, look, there's Lisa right on cue.
Yeah. And there's one person on Facebook watching us. I can see that up here. There's one person on YouTube. Yeah. And
that's my dad. So that doesn't count.
Yeah, that's my dad. Lisa says, thanks, Mark. That's awesome. Marketing is for sure. I'm so excited to work with you. Awesome. And then see, now we got 4 people on today's show. We got Scott here. Good morning. Perfect time to top in, Scott. Yeah,
that was perfect timing, Scott.
There you go.
See,
you just
that, Mark?
you just
Ask and you
livened
will
up the
receive.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I'm just gonna whore myself out. And Scott, please send us all of your currency payment needs. Please, I beg you. There we go.
Well, here's the deal.
That's how we sell.
Here's the deal. I believe if you're a professional logistics rep, you need Mark Ridley in your back pocket. And here's why I believe it, because look at it like this. Well, if you need to get into this business, we really need to see a benefit. Today's day and age, benefit usually comes with a price reduction, not necessarily on freight, but somewhere else. So can you do multiple picks cheaper? Can you reorganize a milk run for it to be cheaper? Less time on the road means less miles, means less money, that kind of thing. Not necessarily taking away from your profit. But here's one piece of the puzzle that I've said a million times, and I'll say it again. What if you had one of the best foreign exchange people that understood the market better than anyone in your back pocket? And you can say to your customer, well, hey, you're a Canadian corporation. Are you buying all this product in US funds? Yes, we are. Are you using a bank? Yes, we are. I've got a guy, might be interesting if your CFO talks to him. What if we could save you a couple of G's a month? We're, on our freight spend, we're $1,000 more a week. We're $4,000 more a month. If I can save you 15 G's a month in buying your product, we're actually $9,000 cheaper. That's a different sell. And you, the professional sales rep, the sales hacker, the high performing sales rep, call the CFO. Have that conversation. Whatever you're doing, if you're buying overseas, Mexico, it doesn't matter. Mark's got you covered. And you know what? There's people right here, including myself, that use Mark for all of my currency needs, for all of my businesses. Lisa uses them. So many people use them. Mark's having conversations. Jeff's using them all the time. Because why not? Go in from a different angle. Every sales rep's going to be, well, I could give you like a 3% discount if you give me 10 loads. I give you a 4% discount. No, why are you selling like that? 360-degree selling. And until you have a package for a customer, well, listen, until you have a package for a customer, regardless, any prospect, if you don't have a 360-degree package, meaning 1, 3, or 12, 3, 6, 9, at least 4 to 6 angles to come in on minimum, I'm sorry, you're losing. You're losing opportunity. And do yourself the favor. You are a sales hacker. You are a top notch. You are a high performer. Get 4 to 6 different angles. Connect with Mark Ridley, because that currency exchange could be the angle. We had a customer when I asked them after I met Mark, and this is something that's coming up down the line, Mark, but I mean, think about it. You get a customer that has 6 million in purchasing overseas, euro, franc, whatever, peso. Like, you just heard Mark's story. He had a customer, he pays, he's saving $1,000 a week changing peso, or a month changing. That's $12,000 to the bottom line. That guy, that means a lot to that guy, a lot. And if your customer buys millions of dollars worth of product, 1% matters on exchange.
I'm gonna, Dan, I appreciate that first and foremost, and I'm just going to turn to my right to my CEO and say, make sure that you send that check to Dan for $10. That referral there, right? You do that.
Damn, I thought I was getting an extra zero there, but
and like Lisa said,
you're right,
Lisa,
the
outside of the box
rules.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's guys, brokers. This is not just new customers either. Just to touch on what Dan's saying, like, guys, if your current shippers are, feeling the pinch from above, and they're like, man, we're gonna have to. It's getting tighter. They're saying, and you're negotiating back and forth. This is a way to think outside of the box. Hey, where is this pressure coming from, guys? Is it coming from purchasing? Is it coming from your CFO? Well, let me have a talk with them. I think there might be a way, instead of you guys cutting your freight cost, to cut this, because the last thing you want to do is cut that. And again,
or just DJ, even bigger than that. Just an idea just popped in my head. Holy shit! I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier. Make it as part of your presentation. Not only do you manage your freight, we can give you access to the best of the best to help you guys maybe buy a currency exchange better. And they're going, whoa, hold on, you can do that? Because I'll tell you one thing, if you look at a CFO and what their job description is and what they need to do, one of the number one things on their mind is, how do I get things done cheaper? How bring more revenue to the bottom line? without hindering all the service and necessities that the COO, that the CEO, that the CIO, that the CFO all have to manage. But their number one thing is, how can I get this cheaper? So do we buy in bulk? Do we buy futures of fuel? Do we buy, like, all these conversations are here. So they might be willing to drop twice as much at a better exchange rate to pre-purchase product. You just save them tons of dough.
Now
But
they don't have
that's
to cut your freights.
collaboration at every level. It's not just traffic manager, it's collaboration at every level. That's where the gold nugget is. And that's where the business becomes lifelong, career-changing customers.
Yes.
I clearly don't need to do any marketing for the rest of the year, because you've just done that for me, Dan. So I sincerely appreciate that. So that check for $10, I'm going to up that to $12.50.
Thank you, buddy. Tell your team to cut that video up and give it. There we go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I don't even know what a check is, by the way.
In all transparency to everybody, that's from my heart. That's not some fucking ranky-danky sales pitch. That's the reality. That's real. And that is where you become the professional, when you can think outside the box.
Always.
You know, like
That's
when
that's
you do
knowing
these
your
things,
business. That's knowing your industry. That's knowing what.
Yeah. Scott says, so true. Freight costs are not the only thing that controls bottom lines. 100%.
Yes,
Lisa
exactly,
says, that's
Scott.
the plan, Dan. Yes, it is, Lisa. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Yeah. And then Lisa says,
Lisa nailed it right there.
Okay,
Lisa's last comment, that is how you become the resource. Yes. Not just what you can do, but what your collaboration of network can do as well.
Yeah. Because if it's just 100%. You're limited to what time you have in a day. When it's your network and you bring your customer in, you say, no, when you come in with me, sure, I'm going to move your freight. That's baseline. Everyone wants to pick up and deliver on time. That's baseline. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect you to this web of my network, where everything and anything from this level to janitorial supplies all the way up, I got you covered. You know, I'll share a quick story. One of my students, John, I'm going to call him out, John Wilson, amazing man, wicked salesperson, really starting to climb.
John is amazing.
John is awesome.
Nice,
and John, when John came to me, he was stuck in this rut, and we went through a bunch of series in Inception, and he became a resource for his client. There was a time when his client said, John noticed freight dropping, called his client. His client says, I have no pallets. He's like, you don't? He goes, so John spent 2 days searching, developed a relationship, called somebody, and found this guy pallets cheaper than what he was paying, stepped out of the way and said, here's my resource for pallets, get a hold of them. They ordered 2 truckloads of pallets. John's business doubled.
Wow.
That's being a true resource.
Thinking out of the box,
yeah. Normally you would have said, oh, you need pallets? Okay, well, call me when you have pallets. And you would have moved on to the next person that's going to give you freight. He took 2 days of calling everybody he could and finding truckloads of pallets that this guy just wanted rid of. And it turned into one of his best customers ever, because the customer said, you just gave me that contact and I was able to buy them at 30% less. So ding, 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 more money in the customer's pocket. And he was able to ship. John picked up his freight, made his margin. Like talk about a win-win, gents. You know,
and now you got a customer for life.
It's not just freight. For life, brother. For life.
Preach it.
Yeah. You heard Trey Griggs say your net worth is your network. Yeah, 100%. That's been like everyone that's ever reached any height said it. Guys, it's your network, man. It's the people you know that are going to get you ahead. So we're running a little late. Jeff, what do you got here, brother?
Hey, thanks. First and foremost, yes, to piggyback Mark and you, Dan. I was just talking to Mark about a big win I had this week, huge, massive, and he's going to be part of my presentation. I'm actually going to fly down to Texas mid-month next month. It's the way to go. You know, the power of positivity, my friends. I can't preach it any more than what I have been for several months now. You know, we work, like I keep on saying, we work in a very stressful, demanding industry. And at the end of each week, you got to love what you do, my friends out there. You really do. If you're not having fun in the industry, you shouldn't be in the industry, period. And a discussion. That's the way that I feel. some of the takeaways that I've had this past week between talking with Mark and DJ, being on the show, you know, it's about this and about this, right? And the power of negativity versus the power of positivity, and how you manage that on a daily basis is the biggest takeaway of this week. The other thing is that, you know, as brokers, we're not brokers. We're actually developers of long-term business relationships. That's the ideal concept of what we do. At least that's what I do. And the way that we do that is simply having those resources, having that background, finding your niche, bringing the value to the table. I mean, you need to do the research on the customers and the companies that you're reaching out to. Don't go in there blind. It's going to work against you, and they're never going to do business with you because they're always going to reflect upon that first call and what you said and what you did, how you presented yourself. You know, the smart shippers out there, as another takeaway, they're going to do background checks on you as well. I did. Any guys that reached out to me, brokers, carriers, whatever, I wanted to know who the hell I was dealing with. Do they have the experience? Do they have the knowledge? Can they bring the value and the resources that I need to be successful in the role in which I have, you know, whether it's on that C level or a director.
Jack, can I ask you a question? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you brought up a very, very, very valid point. And I think every new rep out there needs to hear this. So, and I think I know your answer. I hope I know your answer. So let's say, for example, you get a call from a rep and he's maybe been in the business 6 months, but he's very astute, very, very knowledgeable in the industry. Does the fact that he's been in the business 3 or 6 months take away from the fact that you feel he knows what he's talking about? Or will that help or hurt him, especially if he says, hey, listen, I'm new, but here's the deal. I learn every day. I stay ahead of things. This is my career. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to go. If that kind of message or that feeling came to you from that rep, would that 3 or 6 months experience hinder or stop you from dealing with them?
Well, I'll answer it in two different ways. First and foremost, you know one of them, Dan, because I shared it with you in a DM when I was contacted by a competitor asking me some really stupid questions. Now, I could have been a complete asshole, okay? And I could have just said, you know, you're out of your mind. You shouldn't be. I didn't. I reached out to him and I spoke with him for a while.
Yeah, you educated him. Yeah.
Yes. And I also send you his name and number and his company, and felt that he needed you because I felt sorry for him. I didn't blow him off, you know. That's the first part. The second part is it really depends. Now, there's some smart reps out there who have been in the industry for a very short period of time, but they know how to do research. They know that the way that they present themselves on the call, you know, they don't come out so aggressive, but they say, you know what, we're in this the same space. You know, my niche is this. I see you work in that. You know, I know your background, your facilities are. It's all about that background knowledge about him. If he says or she says the right things, I'm going to consider that. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. Why?
Good.
Because I was in their position. I was in their position at one time. But on the logistics side, I learned by listening, right? It's more about listening to your mentors, your peers, the people that care and want to, you know, see that you're going to be successful. So what I do, you know, being in this industry for a long time, is I do the same thing for others. I think you know that. I'm not afraid to do that. I love to have fun and teach some people. I'm not an expert in any one part of the supply chain. I chose not to do that simply because I didn't want to get pigeonholed. I wanted to know a little bit about everything within the supply chain from cradle to grave. In case those conversations came up, you can have a decent conversation, an intelligent one. So, you know, hopefully that answered.
Yeah, it did. I'm DJ just, oh, there's DJ's back.
Yeah,
Um, I have actually ran out of time, gentlemen. I apologize. I just looked at the time and realized I should have been gone 10 minutes ago to get to my radiation appointment. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. Oh my God. Sorry, got to close it out. Because if I jump off, I think you guys are all dead because I started the meeting. Jeez.
Understood.
Sorry, Jeff. I'm so sorry.
Nope, got to go.
All right, guys. DJ, are you able to? Oh, DJ's frozen. DJ's frozen. DJ's frozen. Okay, so here we go. I'll end it. Quote for the day: be bold, fierce, and unrelenting in chasing your dreams. Take care, everybody. Have a fantastic weekend. Go out there, learn lessons every week, get those gold nuggets. We hope that today's show was fire for you and it lit you up and you understand now. It is all about that passion. It's all about the 360 degree. It's all about the love, and it's all about doing the research, understanding who you're speaking to, when you're speaking to them. Really, tenure, does it matter? Yeah, probably not. Take care.
Centurion Trucking, our motto is people before profit. Today's market requires more transparency, consistency, and focus on what our clients need to win. Centurion Trucking and American Logistics are poised to help their clients achieve and surpass their targets. If you're looking for a team that honors your needs, dreams, and aspirations, then get a hold of Daman